How immersive is this ride really? Today, we're putting it to the test. Welcome to the Ride Report, the series where we break down every attraction scene by scene and put the ride to the test. Today, we are taking a look at Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, opening just last year at the brand new Epic Universe theme park in Orlando. Throughout the ride, we'll be awarding immersion points for everything that adds to the experience. Incredible sets, immersion point. Groundbreaking animatronics, immersion point. Music, cue, thrill moments, or special effects, even more immersion points. So by the time we reach the end of the video, we'll know exactly how good this attraction really is. But before we start, be sure to comment which ride report you would like to see featured next. I'm Nolan, this is World of Immersion, and this is your ride report. Starting off in what is genuinely one of the best queues in the world. You can't see it here, but there's an absurd amount of switchbacks out here. This part of the queue feels like it takes absolutely forever. The ride name is on a blank sign above your head in case you had no clue what 4-hour line you were stepping into. Having multiple flue tunnels definitely helps here with operations. I'll give them a point for that. Fog effects. Even more fog effects. It's worth riding this ride for this reveal alone. This genuinely is the single greatest scene in any theme park queue. Gonna have to give at least a few points for this. That being said, the amount of switchbacks here. Like I said, the scale of this room is absolutely insane. Videos do not do it justice. They even spent time to detail each of these offices. Fantastic use of forced perspective here makes this scene look so much bigger than it actually is. Ride having single rider definitely deserves a point. While not as big, this room is also phenomenal. I love that you can listen into what's happening behind each of the closed curtains. After these two amazing scenes, it's only fitting to have some completely empty hallways, am I right? I could have sworn I just saw these same guys in a heavy metal music video the other day. Really cool screen to look at for the 15 seconds you'll be in this room for. While this scene is cool, I can't help but think that the portraits from the Forbidden Journey queue just look so much better. I have no clue why they switched away from those. And just when you thought we were almost there, you get to spend the next 45 minutes in this room. I genuinely have no clue why, but this room always feels like it takes forever to get through, even though it's not that big of a room. Ah, that's where the plans for the second attraction for Wizarding Paris went. Too bad the robot is going to throw them out. In case you couldn't tell what was happening. Don't worry, I know you thought we were almost there. There's still plenty more queue left. Very confused as to what this part of the queue is supposed to be, but hey, at least there's some cool stuff to look at. I love that they have this little pre-show scene with the animatronic, but it's in the one place in the queue where you're not stopped ever. I love this little duster on the painting though, it looks phenomenal. More blank hallways. And after only 4 hours and 5 bathroom breaks, we have finally made it to the ride. This loading station is actually really cool. They definitely made it look like you are boarding an elevator. And these vehicles are awesome as well, some of my favorites of all time. And we start the ride with an awesome moment of thrill. The vehicle bounces up and down, giving some great airtime. Oh, and I hope you like that part of the ride because there is absolutely nothing like it for the entire rest of the ride. The movement here actually feels pretty realistic and the screens do look good, but they are screens, so you know what I have to do. Oh, and I hope you like this part of the ride because it makes up about 70% of what's to come. The Kuka arm mixed here with screens actually looks very realistic. Like I said, I hope you like this scene because there is a lot more of it. We've got a third Kuka arm here. This genuinely might be one of the greatest scenes in any ride ever. The room is massive, the screens are blended perfectly, and the animatronics are some of the best I've ever seen in my life. And the way that these set pieces react to what's happening on the screens is just perfect. Animatronic that is so good that everyone thinks it's an actor. And it moves horizontally. Another, honestly, even better animatronic. Seriously, these animatronics are my favorite part of the ride. Genuinely look like live actors and are incredible. And we go from the absolute best scene to a screen. The ride here actually used to drop quite a bit when it first opened. Now, not so much. From one screen to another screen. Nothing to see here, just a few scenes of blank walls. Alright, yeah, this animatronic is amazing. It's absolutely massive in person, and the way it interacts with the Kuka arm and the characters in it is pretty awesome. Definitely gonna get at least a few points here. Screens are actually blended pretty well here, but it's also all screens. Maybe I'll just add a point and take away one. The mix of physical moving parts with real moving parts is actually really great here. Only thing I'll say is that it's a little bit difficult to follow what's going on. A little too much happening all at once. One animatronic and one screen looks kind of funky here, but at least it's an animatronic. The transition for umbrage from an animatronic to a screen is interesting to say the least. Lots of animatronics here. This scene looks pretty great actually. The projection mapping on umbrage does look a little interesting. And we are back to this scene one more time to close out the ride. So, how did Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry do on today's report? With its total score, minus what we take away, here is today's final ride report. Honestly, pretty good. Even though it's not my favorite attraction of all time, Battle of the Ministry is by far one of the most technologically advanced rides on the planet and absolutely deserves the praise it gets. A marvel of engineering. I hope to see more rides like it in the future. That's all for today, but as I mentioned before, comment down below what ride you want to see us cover next. Thank you so much for watching World of Immersion. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, we'll catch you in the next video.